What was that? I just do. I'm a glorified.
That in a second. Oh, it's yours. Oh, no, it is not.
Shabbat Shalom.
Good Shabbos. We begin together, page 142, Shalom Aleichem. Shalom Aleichem, Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Hasharet, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech Malchei HaMelachim, HaKadosh, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, Boachem L'Shalom, Malachei HaShalom, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech Malchei HaMelachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, Shalom Aleichem, Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Hasharet, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech Malchei HaMelachim, HaKadosh, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, Marchuni L'Shalom, Malachei HaShalom, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech Malchei HaMelachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, Shalom Aleichem, Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Hasharet, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech Malchei HaMelachim, HaKadosh, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. It's it's our honor to invite up Dodie Sokol and her daughter Ivy Gold from Dallas, am I right? To light our Shabbat candles. We turn to page 120. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu להדליק נר של שבת.
And for those who are able, we rise together for Kiddush 123. I think it's real.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav meratza banu b'shabbat kodsho me'ahava u'b'ratzon hinchilanu zikaron lema'aseh v'reishit כי הוא יום תחילה למקראי קודש, זכר ליציאת מצרים. כי בנו בחרת ואותנו קידשת מכל העמים. בשבת קודשך באהבה וברצון הנחלתנו. ברוך אתה אדוני מקדש השבת. לחיים.
You're supposed to give it to Dodie. I'm just kidding. We read together the bottom of page 127. 127. We offer thanks, O God, for this Shabbat, which unites us in faith and hope, for Shabbat holiness, which inspires sacred living, for Shabbat memories glowing even in darkness, for Shabbat peace born of friendship and love. We offer thanks and blessing, O God. We turn to 131 for Psalm 96.
שירו לאדוני שיר חדש, שירו לאדוני כל הארץ, שירו לאדוני ברכו שמו, בסרו מיום ליום ישועתו, ספרו בגויים כבודו, בכל העמים נפלאותיו, כי גדול אדוני ומהולל מאוד, נורא הוא על כל אלוהים. כי כל אלוהי העמים אלילים באדוני שמיים עשה. עוד לפניו עוז ותפארת במקדשו. שירו לאדוני שיר חדש, שירו לאדוני כל הארץ, שירו לאדוני ברכו שמו, פסרו מיום ליום ישועתו. המבו לאדוני משפחות עמים, המבו לאדוני כבוד ועוז, המבו לאדוני כבוד שמו, השתחוו לאדוני בהדרת קודש, חילו מפניו כל הארץ, אמרו בגויים אדוני מלך, אף תיכון תבל בל תימות, ידין עמים במישרים. שירו לאדוני שיר חדש, שירו לאדוני כל הארץ, שירו לאדוני ברכו שמו, פסרו מיום ליום ישועתו. Please join me singing the pinnacle of Kabbalat Shabbat 138, Lecha Dodi. Lechan Dodi likrat kala yaranai 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 pnei Shabbat nekabelai aidai Lechan Dodi likrat kala yaranai 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 pnei Shabbat nekabelai Shamor vezachor bedibor echad ישמיענו אל המיוחד, אדוני אחד ושמו אחד, לשם ולתפארת ולתהילה. לך אדוני לקראת קלה ירדאי 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 פני שבת, נקבלה ידאי ידאי. לך אדוני לקראת קלה ירדאי 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 פני שבת, נקבלה לקראת שבת. לכו ונלכה כי היא מקור הברכה, מראש מקדם נסוכה, סוף מעשה במחשם בתחילה. לך אדוני לקראת קלה ירדאי 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 פני שבת, נקבלה ידאי ידאי. לך אדוני לקראת קלה ירדאי 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 פני שבת, נקבלה. התעוררי התעוררי כי באורך קומי אורי, אורי אורי שיר דברי, כבוד אדוני עלייך נגלה. לך אדוני לקראת קלה ירדאי 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 פני שבת, נקבלה ידאי ידאי. לך אדוני לקראת קלה ירדאי 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 פני שבת, נקבלה.
And we rise together wherever you want to greet Shabbat Malka. My favorite thing in the world.
Oyi ושלום עטרת בעלה, גם בשמחה ובצהלה, תוך אמוני עם סגולה. בואי חלם, בואי חלם. לך אדוני לקראת קלה ירדאי 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 פני שבת, נקבלה ידאי ידאי. לך אדוני לקראת קלה ירדאי 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 פני שבת, נקבלה.
Before we go to the reading on the bottom of page 145, I told Cantor, it's my favorite part when we're back in the chapel. When we greet the Sabbath bride, you guys look all over the place. So tradition teaches us that Shlomo HaAlkabetz, he was in Tzvat in Israel in the north, and he would run to greet the Sabbath bride right when Shabbat would come. And so we face toward that direction. The early founders of Temple Emanu-El decided to put the location of Jerusalem not east, but that's okay. So we come down here, and apparently, I don't know if it was the building committee or the ritual committee, they decided to put the tapestries right there from the sanctuary, because it's written in the Midrash that these sanctuaries were also given at Mount Sinai. Did you guys know that? The tapestries. Sorry, the tapestries. But I want my sign, so you can find the Sabbath right there. So hopefully maybe we can get a little bit higher. Looks better. The jokes are falling flat. Okay. It always works that one. All right. But everyone laughs when he goes, please be seated. Okay. Entrances of holiness are everywhere. The possibility of ascent is all the time, even at unlikely times and through unlikely places. There's no place on earth without the presence, so we stay right here at Chetzi Kaddish 144.
יתקדל ויתקדש שמרמה בעלמא דברה חירותי וימליך מלכותי בחייכון וביומייכון ובחי לכל בית ישראל בגלה בגלה ובזמן קריב ואמרו אמן יהי שמי רבא מברך לעלם ולעלמי עלמיה יתברך יתברך וישתבח ויתפאר ויתרומם ויתנשא ויתהדר ויתעלה ויתהלל שמי דקודשה בריחו לאלה מן כל מחתה ושירתה תושבחתה ונחמתה דמירן מעלמה ואמרו amen.
We rise together. Sorry, bad stomach this tonight. 146.
Am I awake? Am I prepared? Are you listening to my prayer? Can you hear my voice? Can you understand? Am I awake? Am I prepared? Yadanai-nai-nai, 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 yadanai-nai-nai. Barechu et Adonai HaMevorach Baruch Adonai HaMevorach Le'olam Va'ed Le'olam Va'ed Yadanai-nai-nai, 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 yadanai-nai-nai.
Jesse, you think it's a battery issue? We have Ben Smith to the rescue. Ben, do you think it's the batteries?
I sent a text.
You sent the text? You know, it's written in Jewish. It's always something, okay? It's always something.
I think I'm just going to stop coming.
What was that?
It didn't happen last week, did it? I'm just going to stop coming.
Oh. We're at the top 149 together. Praise you, Adonai, our God, for whom the evening flows. Your wisdom sets a way in which time and season glide. Your breath guides the sail of the stars. Creator of the tide of time and light, you guide the current of day into night. As heaven spans to infinity, you set its course for eternity. Praise you, Adonai, our God, for whom the evening flows. Baruch atah Adonai, hamariv aravim.
Amen.
On the next page.
אהבת עולם בית ישראל, עמך אהבת. תורה ומצוות, חוקים ומשפטים, אותנו לימדת. על כן אדוני אלוהינו, בשוכבנו ובקומנו, נשיח מחוקיך, ונשמח בדברי תורתך, ובמצוותיך לעולם ועד. כי הם חיינו באורך ימינו, ובהם נהגה יומם בלילה. מאהבתך אל תסיר ממנו לעולמים, ברוך אתה אדוני אוהב עמו ישראל. שמע ישראל, אדוני אלוהינו, אדוני אדוני אחד. ברוך שם כבוד, שם כבוד מלכותו לעולם, לעולם ועד. ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך. והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך, ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשוכבך ובקומך, וקשרתם לאות על ידיך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך, למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותי, והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אדוני אלוהיכם אמת.
The bottom of page 157. In a world torn by violence and pain, a world far from wholeness and peace, give us the courage to say, Adonai, there is one God in heaven and earth. The high heavens declare your glory. May earth reveal your justice and love. From bondage in Egypt we were delivered. At Sinai we bound ourselves to your way. Inspired by prophets and instructed by sages, time and again we overcame oppressive forces. Though our failings are many and our faults are great, it has been our glory to bear witness to our God, keeping alive in dark ages your vision of a world redeemed. Let us continue to work for the day when the nations will be at one and at peace. Then shall we rejoice as Israel did, singing on the shores of the sea. Our song of freedom, our Micha Mocha, on the next page.
Hey, bye, my bimbidi bye, abba my bim, my bimbidi bye, abba my bim, my yai, bye, 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 abba my bim, my yai, bye, abba my bim, my mi chamocha bailim Adonai, mi kamocha nedar bakodesh, nora tehilot osem pele, nora tehilot osem pele, malchutecha ra'u banecha, pokei hayam livnei Moshe u'Miriam, ze eli anu ve'ameru, Adonai imloch leolam ba'ed.
The top of page 161. Let there be love and understanding among us. Let peace and friendship be our shelter from life's storms. Adonai, help us to walk with good companions, to live with hope in our hearts and eternity in our thoughts, that we may lie down in peace and rise up, waiting to do your will. Our Hashkiven is right here, 160.
Hashkiveinu Adonai, Eloheinu l'shalom, V'hamideinu shomreinu l'chaim. Spread the shelter of your peace over us. Guide us in wisdom, compassion, and trust. Hashkiveinu Adonai, Eloheinu l'shalom, V'hamideinu shomreinu l'chaim. Save us for the sake of your name. Shield us with patience, passion, and vain. Hashkiveinu Adonai, Eloheinu l'shalom, V'hamideinu shomreinu l'chaim, l'chaim, l'chaim.
163 at the top. We are a people in whom the past endures, in whom the past is inconceivable without moments gone by. The Exodus lasted a moment enduring forever. What happened once upon a time happens all the time. Just crushing it. Vishamru 162.
Vishameru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם, ביני ובין בני ישראל אותי לעולם לעולם. כי ששת ימים עשה אדוני את השמיים את הארץ, וביום השביעי שבת ויהי נפש.
The middle of page 165. Prayer invites God's presence to suffuse our spirits, God's will to prevail in our lives. Prayer may not bring water to parched fields, nor mend a broken bridge, nor rebuild a ruined city. But prayer can water an arid soul, mend a broken heart, rebuild a weakened will. For those who are able, we rise together for Tefillah 166.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu v'Elohei Avotenu v'Imotenu Elohei Abraham, Elohei Yitzchak v'Elohei Yaakov Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel v'Elohei Leah Ha'el Hagadol Hagibor v'Hanora El Elyon Gomel Chasadim Tovim v'Konei Hakol וזוכר חסדי אבות ואימהות ומביא גאולה לבני בניהם למען שמו באהבה מלך עוזר ומושיע ומגן ברוך אתה אדוני מגן אברהם בעזרת שרה אתה גיבור לעולם אדוני מחיי מתים אתה רב להושיע משיב הרוח ומוריד הגשם מכלכל חיים בחסד מחיי מתים ברחמים רבים צומח נופלים ורופא חולים ומתיר אסורים ומקיים אמונתו לשני עפר מי כמוך בעל גבורות ומי דומה לך מלך ממית ומחיה ומצמיח ישוע ונאמן אתה להחיות מתים ברוך אתה אדוני מחיי המתים אתה קדוש ושמך קדוש וקדושים בכל יום יהללוך סלה ברוך אתה אדוני האל הקדוש.
Please be seated, the top of page 173. You okay, Toby? Okay. May these hours of rest and renewal open our hearts to joy and our minds to truth. May all who struggle find rest on this day. May all who suffer find solace. May all who hurt find healing on this day. May all who despair find purpose. May all who hunger find fulfillment on this day. And may this day fulfill its promise. Baruch atah Adonai mekadesh HaShabbat. We continue with our Ritzei on the next page.
Ritzei Adonai Eloheinu be'amcha Yisrael u'tefilatam be'ahava tekabel u'tehil רצון תמיד עבודת ישראל ישראל עמך אל קרוב לכל קורא פני אליו עבדך וחוננו שפוך רוחך עלינו ותחזינה עינינו בשובך לציון ברחמים Baruch atah Adonai Hamachazir Shechinato Letzion.
The top of page 179. Grant us peace, your most precious gift, O eternal source of peace. Give us the will to proclaim its message to all the peoples of the earth. Bless our country as a safeguard of peace, its advocate among the nations. Make a temperate reign within our borders, health and happiness within our homes. Strengthen the bonds of friendship and fellowship among all the inhabitants of every land. Plant virtue in every soul, and may the love of your name hallow every home and every heart. Praise you, Eternal One, who blesses our people with peace.
Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Ki atahu melech andon lechol hashalom. Ki atahu melech andon lechol hashalom. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Metov be'einecha levarech et amcha Yisrael bechol עת ובכל שעה בשלומך. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Tasim Leolam. Tasim Leolam. We take a few moments for private prayer. Yihul ratzon imrei fi. Yihul ratzon imrei fi. Vegion libi lefanecha. Adonai tzuri vengoali. Oh, may the words of my mouth, the meditation of my heart be acceptable before you, O God, my rock and my redeemer. Oseh shalom bimromav, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל ואמרו Amen.
At this moment in our service, we think of those in our community, those especially who are in need of healing, whether body or spirit. Sandra Berman, Debbie Boggs, Kent Bricker, Jonathan Fratkin, Sophia Barry Gordon, Sherry Kirsch, James Kames, David Kraselski, Rush Lishkoff, Virgil Luger, Michal Mizhowitz, Ron Ostreicher, Lex Overstegen, Sheila Parks, Chad Robinson, Lee Rogoff, Gary Schiff, Mark Schneider, Tyler Strassner, Alan Unger, Brenda Weinstein, Russell Wheatley, and Keith Zimmerman. For those who are with us tonight, if you're thinking of a loved one, a friend, someone who's in need of healing or body and spirit, and you wish to share that name out loud, we invite you to do so either by rising or as my eyes meet yours. For those names mentioned out loud and for those names still in our hearts are Misha Berach, our prayer for healing, middle of page 371.
Misha Berach Avoteinu Mekor HaBracha Le'imotenu. May the source of strength, who blessed the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say, Amen. Mishem Berach Imotenu Mekor HaBracha La'avoteinu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, Amen.
I want to say a year ago I came back from my fellowship trip to Israel, and I consider it my trauma sermon, because when I went to Israel, we experienced such trauma and joy, but I wanted to share with this congregation my findings. And I had significant goals and objectives after this trip. And one of them, al chat kama v'kama, was to send more people to Israel, to give up their own hobbies and interests and to explore the roots of their tradition. And I was very clear about this objective. And this congregation heard. And tonight, Micah Smith is taking that call, and he is going to be on his way on the 21st, I believe, to Eretz Yisrael. His parents are going to miss him dearly. 2 months. It's going to go by slow for them, but fast for you. But I want to do something special because I'm so proud of you, and sometimes things are meant to be. Sometimes our tradition allows that. Because tonight, we have some of our alumni who did this. So Benji Sokol's here. Benji, come over here, okay? And I'm going to invite up the Smith family. Come over here. He gets taller each day, okay? On top of that, the whole Smith's family is coming up too. So that whole row, come on up. That means you too, Joel. Okay, come on. On top of that, they don't know I'm about to do this. But those who remember during that sermon a year ago, I said that Birthright was changing its rules. So if you're 50 and under, you get to go to Israel for free. 50 and under. And here we have two. Aaron Hollis and Renee Hightower. They're here, okay? So they're going to come up, and they're going to hold the tallis. So everyone's going to hold the corner of tallis, and we all get to bless Micah. So everyone's going to come in the center over here, so we can be blocked by the lectern. That's okay. And we're unbelievably proud of this young man. So come on up. So the Smiths will be over here, because we have the big tallis that this congregation loves to talk about. Okay. You're sitting right here. Sorry, that was just a pat how proud I am of you. Okay? You guys come over here. Benji, you go to over there. You're the alum. That's family alumni over there, okay? Okay, you guys come over here. Hold it over him like a chuppah, and one day he'll get married just like this, okay? Perfect. We ask the congregation to rise. We're going to give this blessing. Perfect. We'll make it work.
May you be blessed as you go on your way. May you be guided in peace. May you be blessed with health and joy. May this be a blessing. Amen. 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 May this be a blessing. Amen. 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 May this be a blessing. Amen. May you be sheltered by the wings of peace. May you be kept in safety and in love. May grace and compassion find their way to every soul. May this be a blessing. Amen. 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 May this be a blessing. Amen. 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 May this be your blessing. Amen. Nesiya tova. Have a good flight.
Okay. Do my kids behave? Okay. How was the cheese plate? Okay, just making sure. Okay. It's the family circle night. Those are good sounds, everybody. Okay? Good sounds. Encourage them, encourage them. I never liked the story of Purim. I thought it was inherently problematic and unnecessary. When we get through the text, there's no reason why Esther could have told King Ahasuerus, I'm a Jew. This guy Haman, he's not good for us. Take care of it. I thought Mordecai was an opportunist because he ends up in exactly the same role as Haman. But the story is, to me, unnecessary because Esther, her name to hide oneself, at least Esther, it's unnecessary. It was totally unnecessary. All she had to do was say, I'm Jewish, Haman's about to kill my people, I am married to you, you're the sovereign, you're the king of Persia and all of its land. Be there for the Jews. And we get this lavish story. And the other thing is that what's remarkable about the text, and maybe this is going to be my take-home point, is that God's name does not appear in the text whatsoever. That's the great mystery or the great question in the book of Esther. Why is God's name not there? And there's myriad answers. Maybe it's our obligation to bring God into this world when we experience such bad things, and at the same time we bring God's presence into this world when there's simcha, there's joy. And so, as much as I don't like this text, it is still inside of our sacred Jewish literature. And we have a duty to bring God into this world once more. And I believe at this time where we are, that the sacred responsibility at Sinai, that covenant moment, wasn't just for advancing Jewish self-determination and being for our own people, but being there for other people, even when we are still oppressed. I just recently learned something. The United Nations has 87 positions, 87 jobs. Their jobs are to monitor human rights violations. 87. Out of the 87, remarkable, only four out of the 87 have been openly speaking about what's going on in Iran. Only 4 out of 87. I saw a great juxtaposition, a great frame on frame. During the war against Hamas, all the tentifadas, college campuses, individuals prohibiting Jews from entering into libraries and other Jewish spaces or non-Jewish spaces. Just last week, a pro-Hamas mob was outside a synagogue in Queens. But the picture juxtaposed with the college campuses and the outrage that's going on in Iran, just a bunch of snow or green grasses, no people. Quite remarkable to me. I don't think the silence, it's not accidental. It's selective, and we all know this. It's ideological at its core. And for me, and this is what I spoke about in my letter to the congregation yesterday, it's indefensible. Iran is not a foreign abstraction. It's part of what we consider, I know these remarks are mine, I owe them. It's part of what I like to call a new frame is the Jewish spiritual geography. The rabbinic academies flourished. We survived because Jews remained in Babylonia and eventually Persia. We survived because they stayed and wrote our tradition. And since last week, or 2 weeks since I spoke about this, and I know the numbers are up for debate because we have such limited information because of the internet blackouts. But we believe nearly 12,000 were murdered in 48 hours. That's every 14 seconds. And the images remind us of pictures of the kibbutzim on October 7th. And I know there's much to talk about in our country. And I'm sure I'll get emails. How come I didn't speak about what's going on in the north? Please come to my office. I will always listen to understand. I promise you that. But I need this congregation to look inward at this moment. We have the intellectual capacity to know the difference between what's happening in this country and the Iranian Revolutionary Guard. We know it. And as much as we may feel so strongly about certain issues, I ask you to pause and look inward. And hopefully, either this week or next week, I have a friend in Los Angeles, a Persian rabbi. She'll be doing a Zoom. And she'll be talking to this congregation about what it means to be a Persian Jew, a Persian female rabbi, and at the same time what the American Jewish people should be doing. And she'll also talk about her dismay of the silence from within Jewish organizations. I know my time at this podium, this bema, the synagogue, it's coming to an end. And what I say, they're my words. But here is the truth. All of us, regardless of where we live, whether we live in Birmingham, whether we live in Dallas, whether we live in Chicago or Michigan, Tuscaloosa, the lake, wherever, we live as October 8th Jews. And Jewish survival, it requires our strength, it requires our vigilance, and it's our will to defend our way of life for ourselves and especially others. It has always meant this covenantal responsibility that we go the extra mile when needed. And I love the story that when John Adams was trying to procure funds for the American Revolution, he had to go to Amsterdam. He hated the weather. But he loved being with Dutch Jews because they embodied emancipation, enlightenment, free thinking. Because we've always stood for liberty. In the modern period, we've always stood. We write the pages, Moses Mendelssohn, of a liberal, enlightened core of religious freedom, of free debate, of free expression to be ourselves. It's in our DNA. And there's a lot of uncertainty about what's going to happen next. And to the Smiths, I hope not to worry. But we know that American military personnel are moving assets in addition to Israel, that defense measures are currently taking place. And I hope to God that peace, we always pay for peace, will prevail. But if something does happen, it's our sacred duty to show up for our country's military and Israel's. In 1989, the Berlin Wall fell. This is one of the most iconic moments for so many Americans. And for me, and I guess my generation, this could be it if the Iranian curtain falls. Of a restoration to freedom, the Shah talking about the Cyrus Accords, of Persia being this great, enlightened country once more, with the ending of outsourcing of terrorism and freedom permeating within its beautiful countryside. Last week, I was watching the Red Wings play, and they were talking about the Olympic hockey team. Who made the American team? I've said this before. When the American hostages were in Iran and when they came back, they had to reorient themselves to American society. And I was watching images at the gym at the J of, because of what's going on in the news, of those Americans held hostages. They landed and they walked off the plane. And what's one of the first things that they did to reintegrate them into American society? They watched the Miracle on Ice when the Americans beat the Soviets in Lake Placid. For those who witnessed it, you actually watched the game on delay. But this country was unified. It was remarkable. And I want more moments to be like that, where even the simplicity of sports can unite us from such pivotal moments in our lives. This is Jewishness. So God's name is hidden in the text. It's also in our hearts. So tonight, as an October 8th Jew, I ask you, pray, daven, light Shabbos, read books, celebrate freedom for the people of Iran. I'm not asking you to sign up and go to war, chas v'sholom. I'm asking you to be part of one of the most pivotal moments in American Jewish civic history that I want you to look back and say that I did something for the most remarkable individuals who are protesting in the millions for their freedom, for their cherut. We get to sing the Michamocha 3 times a day. 3 times or 2 times? I'm losing my... 3 times? 3 times, okay. Let's get there, Michamocha. Shabbat Shalom, we rise together, Aleinu 586.
עלינו לשמח לאדון הכל, לתת גדולה ליוצא בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי הארצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגורלנו ככל המונם. ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא. ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ, ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמו אחד.
Please be seated. On this Shabbat, we recall those who passed away in this Shana, these 7 days, Anne Shloshim, Bertram Allen Bloomston, William Fingeret, and Isaiah Schachter. We also recall those who passed away in years past, Julian Ayland, Leslie Allen, Phyllis Sherman Bass, Sable Eugene Baum, Max Black, Lynn Harris Bloomston, David Callahan, Eleanor Cherniskaya, Therese Helen Clark, Felice Cohen, John Joseph Coughlin, Laura Storfman, Craig Dube, Judy Edmonston, Tilly Engel, Shirley Friedman, Robert Garber, Dr. Sidney Gawant, Shirley Diskin Friedman, Marguerite Gingold, Harry Goldman, Arthur Goldstein, Emmanuel Goldstein, Taylor Goodman. Seymour Hoffman, Abe Kaminsky, John Stephen Kaplan, Adolph Katz, Samuel Clafter, John Krentzman, Judith Ladinsky, Leah Hannon Lapidus, Gertrude Lassen, Hyman Leader, Gazilla Lightman, Aileen Leva, Elkin Leva, Joseph Levinson, Fanny Levy, Elaine Lichtenfeld, David Mazer, Ida Lukes May, Elisa McElroy, Anita Joyce Mishad, Leonard Joel Morris, Richard Osband, Dan Joseph Patrick, Rose Parent, Edith Prince, Anne Rogensberg Roth, Helen Freeman Rubens, Doris Rubenstein, Carol Schwood, Jack Silverman, Sarah Simon, Raymond Snow, Bella Steinberg, Rabbi Alvin Sugarman, Betty Vine, Lazarus Weinstein, and Shirley Weiss. May all their memories forever be a blessing. If it is your custom to rise for Mortis Kaddish, we invite you to do so when we turn to page 598. Yikadal v'ikadash shemei rabbah, v'yomad divrach chirotei v'amlich malchutei, v'chayachon u'v'yomechon u'v'kayed kol beit Yisrael, b'agalau v'zman kariv v'yimru.
Amen.
Yehei shemei rabbah mivarach le'olam u'lalmei al-maya, yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitba'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh, v'yithadar v'yitalev v'yitalal shemei dekudshah,
Brichu.
La'ela min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechemata, damiram b'yalma v'yimru.
Amen.
Yehei shlama rabba min shemaya,
v'chaim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'yimru. Amen.
Oseh shalom b'mromav, hu yaseh shalom, aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'yimru.
Amen.
Osa shalom bimromav, hu yaseh shalom, aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'yimeru. Amen.
Before we conclude with Chamotzi, I got some announcements to make. Even though it's written down in our pulpit folder, apparently there's the study of synagogue management, and when a rabbi gives announcements from the Bima, more people will participate. It's a peer-reviewed study. Okay, come tomorrow at 9 a.m. Since we were back in person, Torah study is awesome. It's great debate. We have the Shabbat hike. Cantor's got that at 10. This Wednesday, we got 12 o'clock Torah study, 3:45 Hebrew. There's no religious school. We have a long weekend. Friday, January 23rd, we have our little Tat Shabbat, followed by Shabbat service. Saturday, January 24th, we have Love, Pray, Eat. And at 5:30 p.m., we have a Tefti program. Sunday, January 25th, we are back together at religious school. We're just going to go through January okay? At 11:30 a.m., we have the Temple Circles Leaders Roundtable. Wednesday, January 28th, Monica Singletary Hebrew and Hebrew School. Oh, Friday, January 30th. This is a big one. This is a good one. It's Shabbat Shirah. It's the Shabbat of song. You love this, don't you? Every moment of it, okay? Cantor's going to crush it with Monica. And Saturday, January 31st, we have an in-person Torah study followed by a Shabbat service. So those are the Shabbat announcements through January. If your last name rhymes with Shmis, did I miss anything? We're just crushing it tonight. Okay, Hamotzi. Please rise. I don't want to sing.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, hamotzi lechem min haaretz b'tei avot.
Shabbat shalom, everybody. Have a good dinner.
Good Shabbos.
What was that? Oh. It's from my nose. It's Bozo the nose.